I'm
School from New York.
I'm at the All-Star Game. Who has a better arm between you and your wife? Tara Henry sent me the.
Come on, I got a better arm than my wife, but she's close.
So is it a bigger deal making Pitching Ninja or making an All-Star Game?
Close. Pitching Ninja close second.
Oh, man. I never get tired of getting featured on Pitching Ninja, that's for sure.
Who would you say on the team has the foulest mouth between you and Lance?
I don't know if Lance has ever been told that I need to keep quiet while pitching because there are kids here.
Liam said that he wins the F-bomb title. What do you think about that?
Yeah, mine are better, though.
I think he's more of a scream and bellow, and I'm more of actually putting words out, which is a lot more dangerous.
No, that's an in-between-the-lines guy. I got 3 daughters. I'm a real nice guy. And then in between the lines, something comes out. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I love watching it, though. I think it gets fans involved, and it really is a characteristic of the pitching staff now. Like, you guys are fun to watch, and it's because you show that emotion.
Yeah, I'm going to teach everybody how to win. That's what we're there to do. So when we got there and we started going and we started the season started going on, people are like, oh, we can do that. We can express ourselves. We can have fun. Yeah, there's a fine line between doing it too much and it taking away from what you're about. But I think everyone, when you do it naturally and you don't try to be something you're not, it works naturally, and then you can go be yourself and compete and win games.
Like, we have this home run derby, and we're letting one pitcher do this. Like, what can we do for pitchers as a skills competition?
You could play pig. You could play horse.
Yeah, right.
I used to do that in college, on like a little flat grounds. You challenge a teammate to play, a change-up arm side. It's got to be, but that's obviously not as exciting as a home run derby.
But you don't want like a velo competition.
Well, not me. I don't want a velo competition. I think I'd have a better chance of being successful in pig.
So maybe a combined thing where we have, like, I know the guys that just got drafted, we have 2 guys throwing 102 there, and then we're like, we're going to have a velo. We're going out there to the gun, and we're going to. So, like, we can do both, right?
Okay. Yeah, and I'll just compete in one, and they can compete in the other.
Yeah, absolutely right. It doesn't do 2 separate things.
That works for me, unless whoever I'm coming up with and playing pig against is calling, 100-mile-per-hour fastball on glove side.
I was hoping I was going to see you. I need a Mississippi State Pitching Ninja shirt.
Yeah, I will work on getting you a Mississippi State. I was going to say, like, is it a bigger deal winning the national championship or being an all-star?
That's tough, man. I think I shed a tear when they won. Like, it was such a big deal. We'd never won a team sport national championship ever, and just being a part of that school and knowing how the fan base it was pretty incredible. But I don't know. I think I'd take a second All-Star game too. So.
Yeah, I love the Mississippi State atmosphere.
Yeah.
I just got done interviewing Bednar and Sims, who are just fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, what is it about that place that makes it unique?
I think first off, it's like the Southern hospitality. It's like when anybody shows up, hey, they may give you a hard time on the other team, but then after that, they're going to feed you steak. They're going to, feed you and grill you up anything you want, offer you a beer if you want it.
Thanks for being like my free publicity guy. I love seeing that ninja shirt out there.
No, I love it. All of our pitchers love it. I mean, you're the pitching GOAT on Twitter, so. One
of these things that's amazing to everybody is how do you throw your curveball so slow with, your velos, fastball velos, up there? Like, what are you just converting all the velo to spin?
No, I think there's 2 dynamics to it. I think one, the ball is kind of already pre-popped out of my hand. A lot of people tend to grip their curveball, firm grip when the ball is deep into the hand. When I throw my curveball, it's already almost pre-popped out of my hand. That, and then my mechanics are obviously pretty funky, so I'm a lot lower to the ground. Sometimes my knee will drag on the dang ground, so I'm a lot lower to the ground. So a lot of guys, if they're tall, they're able to drive the ball and then just get depth. Well, for me to get my curveball to home plate, I have to have it pop out and get to home plate. So I think you add the way I grip the ball and then how low I am to the ground, I think those 2 create the massive separation in speed.
We have a group in the bullpen that is extremely special. The numbers may not always back it up, but we've got a group of arms out there that you don't come across. Between Crochet, Kopech, Cody Hoyer, We got guys who may not have the necessarily like the velocity numbers of those guys, but you got Matt Foster, you got Jose Ruiz, who's the only other guy than me and Carlos to hit 100, as well as Kopech. That was 2 days ago, so it doesn't count.
Did you have to throw out the I hit 100 thing? Is that
100%. Well, I've got the velocity list on the iPads out in the bullpen. I told my video guy, I'm like, we need to do this because we cannot let the starting rotation beat the bullpen in velocity. So currently, Carlos is leading with 100.7, hotly followed by me with 100.6.
Liam was telling me he keeps a record of the fastest velo of everybody in the bullpen and stuff. Are you part of that challenge? Are you ready to win?
Actually, I'm the leader of the challenge.
Do you think you're going to? He kind of did. I wanted to not actually bring that up to make you say it.
So you guys can check the stats, but 100.7 is the starters. The starters have the hardest thrower. We're the hardest throwers. And eventually we'll get Kopech, so we'll definitely be the hardest throwers. Right now he's in the bullpen, so Liam can claim him for now. Kopech's been on the uptick, so I'm a little nervous. I don't really know if I have more than 100.7.
What is up, Mr. Burns? It's Rob Friedman, Pitching
Nice to
Ninja.
meet
I'm a huge fan of your stuff. I was actually even wearing my Corbin Burnes shirt yesterday.
Oh, there you go.
Mr. Burns.
There you go.
Yeah, so today I'm doing. Your backdoor cutter is one of maybe my favorite pitch in baseball. Like, I'm not shy about saying that. How did you realize that was going to be as nasty it is? What adjustments have you made?
So that was a pitch. Let's see, that was the spring training of 2020. It was maybe like my second or third outing. The cutter was something that I was still getting used to, and we went out, and one of our analytics guys that was in our dugout was like, "Hey, have you ever tried throwing this on the back side?" I said, "No." I said, "I don't really feel comfortable with it." I said, "I don't want to try to throw it back door and yank it over the middle of the plate, and it's a homer ball." So I was kind of like, "Nah." I was kind of against it. Didn't want to do it. And one spring training game, I can't remember who it was. We had 0-2 on him, and the catcher called a backdoor cutter, and I was like, "All right, screw it, let's try it." And executed it perfectly, like down and away, right on the corner, punched him out, and I was like, well, wait a minute, we might have something here. So that's kind of the rest of 2020 spring training, and then eventually, summer camp prior to 2020 was like, hey, let's just try to hammer this backdoor cutter, hammer the backdoor cutter, and eventually it became a pitch that, I could throw 0-0, 0-1, 1-0, 2-0, any time of the count. It's kind of something that I'm probably the most comfortable pitch that I have now.
What was the biggest adjustment this year for you, pitching-wise, for a breakout year like you're having?
I had really kind of gotten away from where my fastball release should be, so it kind of threw everything off. I was trying to pull pitches instead of really staying through. And once I figured that out, I was actually pulling my hand down into the strike zone, into the zone, making the spin more visible and moving back into the zone other than staying on top of the zone and working through the top of the zone. And once I figured out that's what I was doing, everything else just kind of clicked and came into place.
So that same improvement helped your knuckle curve too, the same adjustment?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm pulling my hand across my body into the zone, I'm going to do the same thing with my breaking ball.
You had like a 95-mile-an-hour slider.
So, yes. My slider started off as a cutter back in high A, and so I've always kind of had a feel for a cutter. So I've been throwing a cutter a lot more this year. And, sometimes I only throw 3 to 5 sliders a game, true sliders. A lot of them are just cutters. Sometimes I'll hold on to the cutter for too long and it does act like a slider down and in to a lefty, but, most of the time I'm trying to go up and in to a lefty or back door to a lefty. It's a cutter.
Show me your changeup grip. I'm just curious. How do you throw your
I tried the conventional circle change, but I couldn't get depth on the pitch because my arm's locked. So I went to like the split change or like the Fox or what they call it.
Yep.
So I don't have to pronate or anything. I'd really just focus on keeping my first finger down or like focus on that. I'm not going to actually do that, but focus on keeping this finger down in front on top of the baseball.
Do you have any quick tips for young pitchers about how to throw an upper curve?
Try not to overthrow it. Stay behind it. Throw it like a football.
And your grip looks like
this. And try not to use your wrist.
So
no wrist.
I have about as standard a curveball grip as you can have. I wish I had a ball. I don't.
Yeah, but you're not spiking it anymore?
No, I really only spiked it like the first half of my rookie year. I was messing with Rich Hill and kind of went to the old traditional one, but I only went to the spike after TJ and then about halfway through my rookie year.
Lego Liam, where did that come from?
Because my name's Liam and I do Legos. I do have my Lego shoes on.
Dude, that is sweet.
So,
I love that.
I just did a collaboration with Lego. I actually got to meet the Lego Master, who's one of the Lego guys on Lego Masters, who's a mad White Sox fan. So I got to come him. He actually made me my own Lego. It's on my Instagram if you guys want to have a look at that.
So I was really kidding about that foreign substance check thing, the Chippendales.
Yeah, he did show me that. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if they want me to do it, I will. Though.
Your last outing was maybe the most fun outing that I have seen. I thought it was very old school, and I know that you're a historian. You love the history of baseball. Is that what you felt like in that moment? Like, did you feel like channeling the Nolan Ryans of the world?
I just felt like I had the best feel for the situation, and so I believed in myself that I could get the job done. I appreciate the old school compliment, though.
So who do you think throws harder between you two? I think you got. So we should.
Ryan, what you got on that? Who throws harder?
Come on, man.
Do you want to do a velo off?
Yes, but I think he curses at the end. Good to see you, man. How are you? Oh, God.
Yeah. What do you feel about the latest round of everybody putting emotion into pitchers? You were like an OG as far as pitching because you're a psycho. What do you think about everybody's doing it now? I think it's great.
No, I mean, look, I'm out there with adrenaline. I'm pumping. It's emotional, but I never want to have it be disrespectful to the hitter or my opponent. Anything I do is always in response to what's going on in the game. And the emotions of the game, not here to show anybody up, but somebody makes a big catch, I'm gonna fist pump. Yeah. So I think there's a way to do it, a way to have fun with it, and a way that your emotion just is part of how you pitch.
Well, I think it's awesome. I think it brings more fans into the game when you have they want to see they don't want to see robots. They want to see guys like you cussing at your glove when you're
the cussing at the glove. That had nothing. That was because I had a finger issue.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that was coming from my broken knuckle, and then it was my thumb. So because of the way I was put, if you had a ball, the stress there was putting stress on my fingers. And so usually by pitch, it was 75, it would start hurting, and then by pitch 95, it was really bad.
I got.
And so I hit pitch 95. It started against the Dodgers, and I was the 2 outs at the end. And I'm God dang it! My hand is killing me. My hand is killing me. But I'm I got to make it one more inning or one more batter. I just lost my mind. Lost my mind. I had because it's dangerous to pitch through finger injuries because you got to go 100% through it.
Right.
Otherwise, that's how you blow your shoulder. So I had to mentally get to 100% with all the pain in my hand pitch that last batter.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
well,
it had nothing to do about. I know everybody thinks that was for the batter. No, it was 100% because
I like that story better though. That's even better.
Yeah.
How do you like the All-Star game?
You blow him a kiss?
You want to hold this? You can hold it. You can sing.
Can you blow him a kiss?
You want to sing?
She's nervous.
I don't blame her. I'm kind of a weird looking dude.
My birthday's tomorrow.
Why are you being shy?
Is her birthday tomorrow?
This is not about me.
Willow
I
is
don't
too.
know why we're here.
She's so cute.
Can you blow him a kiss?
I don't think most people realize how big Aroldis Chapman is, but check this out. Here, you want to take...
Say hi.
Say hi.
How do you like the All-Star game?
It's fun.
Yeah? Are you excited for the game?
Is it fun watching it?
Sing into it. Sing into it. Do whatever you want.
Yeah. Go. Woo!
I love when he screams
Yeah.
because I'm like, you know, kind of like a closeted violent person. So I'm like,
Are you
yes,
really?
rage.
French Canadian.
Well, and to me too, I just look at it as like, pitchers, show some emotion. I mean, honestly, you have one of the hardest jobs out there. Like, do it right.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of showing emotion, and I
Really? I
if
didn't
you-
notice that.
If you want to bat flip to the moon, go ahead. But if it doesn't get out, I'm going to scream at you when I strike you out.
What would you feel like if someone bat flipped off him?
Honestly, I mean, I've actually seen it done plenty of times.
And
So
do you get mad? Like,
I get mad, but I actually try to get. I get more mad at him for like allowing the ball to be up when it should be down, or vice versa. So you gotta do your work.
Today may be a knuckle puck day.
Do you have one?
Can you throw one?
I dabble.
Wait a second.
I played with R.A. Dickey. So I learned a little bit of
The
things
most
from him.
mysterious man in baseball.
Yeah.
Break out a couple more pitches.
Yeah, this is
tonight.
gonna be sick.
Hey, well, my curveball may not move, so what else am I going to do?
Yeah, right,
Knuckle puck. Let's do it.
If you throw a knuckleball, now $20.
Well, how
from
about-
the ninja, like I'll autograph it for you.
No, what I'll get you to do is how about you donate $20 to a charity, an animal charity of your
Oh
choice.
hell yeah! Like
There we go.
I'll donate more than $20 to animal. Yeah, that's
we do.
good. All right, let's do it, man. Good luck.
Thank you very
Tear
much.
it up.
Appreciate it, guys.
Albies now 2 out, nobody on. Breaking ball, low, ball 1.